There we go. Video.
Video?
Yeah. This is Wolf from 4966. We're sitting outside, and I just thought I'd give you all the update. And then I put it on me like that, George. That's my neighbor, George. You're on YouTube now, George. I'm sitting here smoking, having a red horse. It's the afternoon. I'm allowed. I just want to kind of reiterate on a couple things. Have everything finished. We have everything finished. Oh, good Lord, folks. The past week, we got it all done in a week. Now all we're doing is waiting for our appointment to appear in front of the judge and do our civil wedding. But I'll give you a little look at the monarch. He's digging him a hole over there. If anybody asks any advice, I would tell them, especially those out there worried that they're being scammed and they got a Filipina that might be married and have kids. My suggestion is before you start any of the paperwork process, which you got to have it anyways. When you go down, I'll explain a little more in a bit. But get a Cinemar. Go down, go down with her. Get a Cinemar for yourself. Get a Cinemar for her, and that's going to tell you right off the bat. Is she married? If she's married in the Philippines, it will show up on her Cinemar, uh, meaning it'll come back refused, and it'll have detail. Uh, no Cinemar allotted. Uh, it'll say it probably in Filipino, but you'll know because she won't get the stamp. And I mean the teller will tell you she married. You can't get married. She's married. And or you'll see that she's still currently uh, in a marriage without um, annulment, or they don't have divorce here, so it's annulment. Without annulment, because she would have to come up with annulment paperwork uh, to present with her Cinemar. And my suggestion to any guy that wants to make sure that they're not being scammed and it's Filipino and she's telling the truth about not being married, Cinemar tells the whole story. It'll even list that she has children in another marriage, and it will state that she's not legal to remarry. And it's real difficult. If she says she was married and she's separated, people, it could take years, man. It could take years. I mean, uh, I know somebody here since I've been here, and I had a talk with him. He said she's married and um, we're not together because it's going to take 2 to 3 years for her to get a divorce or annulment, because she's got to come up with circumstantial proof that the why the marriage failed, and it takes years, and they investigate and they try to find out how many police reports there are from domestic violence. And I mean, if she complains she makes a complaint for uh, domestic violence and she can't be with her husband, then they investigate that. They do a little more of a background. It's not an in and out. But for me, my wife was no marriage. I was no marriage. And we still sat down there for, um, I'm saying maybe 3 hours. We got to Cinemar, and then we proceeded from there. That's how I did it. That's how I suggest other people do it. But do know that if she's from the province of the mountains, like let's say mine was from the province of Tanhai, she couldn't get married in Valencia. She couldn't get married in Dumaguete. We tried. We tried. And they said, no, no, you got to go to Tanhai, the municipal city hall of Tanhai. So we took a trip down to Tanhai. Uh, Believe it or not, it was 2 days. It took us a good 5, 6 hours in City Hall, only because it was tax day. Everybody's paying their taxes. So we were there a good 5 hours, maybe 6. And we stayed the night there, come back in the morning. Uh, we got a really good understanding of consulate, uh, consulate there at City Hall, and he told us, he goes, okay, you're missing one paper. You Everything's good. You're missing one paper, and go back. If you go like, she's from the province of Palu or any province from the municipal of Tanhai, which is a pretty big city. Is when you go to City Hall, get yourself. They have representatives. They're people that work for the advocate, and um, we kind of went around and around for about an hour or two, and finally my wife's so smart. She goes, "Oh, I know somebody here." She went and talked to that person, and that person says you need to get a representative because you can't just walk the paperwork in yourself. You can't just go up to the consulate or the counselor or the administrative and just give them your paperwork. That's not allowable. You have to have a representative. You have to have I'm calling blue shirts or white shirts, and they do all the running. They do all the running pretty much for you. So we went down and did that. We talked to him, and he says, I will not put a signature on here until you get your certificate of legal capacity. That's pretty much the U.S. Embassy giving me permission to marry a Filipina. That alone, brothers and sisters, was $50 plus a trip to Cebu, because there's only 2 U.S. embassies that I know of here. I don't know if they have one in Mindanao, but I know they have one in Cebu and Manila. The Cebu is open every day except for Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, but you can get your paperwork. You can get your paperwork drawn up Monday through Friday at in Tanhai if you're doing that route. If the person that you're interested in is from Tanhai, you go down, you can get the paperwork done, and then plan on staying the night because the way we did it, we went all day Monday, chasing the red tape worm. Now, hey, quit that! I'm doing a video. Anyways, we chased the red tape worm. I said worm, and he's looking at me now. Anyways, and that don't mean a tasty morsel. That means a lot of paperwork. But somebody will help you through that at City Hall of any major municipality, which is city or municipality is like a county here compared to America. But we did that, and then we sat through. Good Lord, we were there at 8 o'clock. We had to be there at 8 o'clock. The instructor was a little bit late. She's running on Filipina time. So we started about 8:30. We were sitting actually outside in the hallway, the open breezeway, in this class till 1:30 in the afternoon. And then they go on lunch. So they go on lunch, and you're waiting. You're waiting for it's the marriage seminar certificate, I believe. But it's a piece of paper that they watermark